Hey friends, welcome back to Go On Overland. In this video we're going to be putting brand new batteries, lithium ion batteries, and a Victron battery charger right here in this Jayco Jayflight. Let's get into it. So friends, if you've watched back the channel, this is a very familiar site. We were just in here putting these batteries in. Guys, these are our lead acid batteries. So excited to get those out. Rightfully, I had a couple of guys comment how those leave gases as they're charging, sometimes as you're using them, and it's not a good idea to have the lead acid in there. So I wanted to start with that right away, but friends, the whole idea is to get some lithium ion in there. So we're going to be mounting everything to this board. I already got the board cut to size to go up against here, and then we're just going to be figuring out where everything goes. So today we're going to be putting that Victron charger on there, and then just a really small little fuse section. It only has 4 fuses. I have one that has like 8 or 12, so I'm gonna leave room for that on my board. So friends, we got a big project on our hands. I'm gonna try to get through this and just show you the highlights. But friends, what do you say? Let's get right into it, and hang on for a little bit later. I'll just pause and we'll go through some of the components. Again, I'm gonna have links to all this stuff. It's an affiliate link. If that means if you guys buy it, we get a kickback, but that just helps our ministry, helps us get up and go on. But we'll kind of have little parts throughout, and if you guys have any questions, I'll have all the tools and all the components listed in the description below. Let's get into it. All right friends, so the first things first is to get these old batteries out of here. I can't wait to get these batteries out. These things are terrible and heavy. We're going to be dropping a lot of weight through this thing. That's something I'm really excited about. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, even though we're going to be disconnecting everything. And so of course these batteries are ran in parallel. We're just going to start taking these guys apart. Alright friends, got those out, and this is awkward, but I found one of the easiest ways for me is just to lift that guy out there. These things are so heavy. I can't believe how light those lithium are. They feel fake, to be honest. But we'll see. We might end up moving these boxes just a little bit, because we're going to be putting our plywood across here and moving all these components, as many as we can, onto the plywood. I don't want to have a million little holes in the camper. And it looks like we've already lost a screw, because that's just thin wood holding our fuse on, and that's the kind of stuff that gets you into trouble. So we're going to be connecting the plywood up to here, and it's going to be strong. I think these battery boxes might have to come out a little bit. So we got everything disconnected, took the batteries out over there, and we got the plywood laid out. We're just planning where everything's going to be going. Got the batteries disconnected, and the camper shore power is unplugged. Alright friends, we made our way in here. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough, and then you'll be seeing these components as we get through it. But friends, we have 2 of these Lithium 12 volt 100 amp hour lithium ion batteries. We're really excited about those. That's the main ordeal today. And of course, to charge them, since our camper doesn't charge lithium, we got this Victron Energy. This is the 12 volt 30 amp charger. So guys, we're really excited about all this stuff. We're going to be going Victron all the way is the plan. So this stuff will work. It'll communicate with everything else. Approximately, we're going to go right here. Friends, we have this 8 gauge wire. So just make sure and, read your manufacturer stuff, see what you're supposed to be using. But we're sizing this guy with 8 gauge wire coming over through the positive here and then over to the main bus bar. Of course, we're coming off the battery to a fuse, to a shutoff switch, then the bus bar, and then the negative terminal will come over here. At some point in between those, we'll have a Victron battery monitor, and that will be a shunt that goes in between those two at some point. Then of course over here will come down to our negative bus bar. Some of the tools I didn't have that we're going to be using, this is a crimping tool. So as we're going to be putting our pieces of wire into these units, we're going to want to use one of these guys. I saw a guy installing this and he didn't use these and got ate up online. So at any rate, that tool crimps this metal. We'll show you that. Crimps the end of the wire and gives it a better connection for when you're plugging it into these guys. We got some new pliers to cut some more heavy duty wire. And then here are the cable ends. To get those onto the more heavy duty wire, I got this guy. So you end up setting the wire in there and hammering it down with a hammer. So some new stuff there, guys. But let's get back out into the build. That's where the battery connects. That's the fuse, the master switch, and then of course we got the big bus bar. I've been so excited about this bus bar. I got the negative, and then of course the Victron IP22. Got our little bitty fuse panel there, and we're obviously gonna have to extend the line. I'm gonna go ahead and run a thicker gauge wire. And now I'm gonna be talking about these ferrules and just the new crimping tool. So see, that's where you put it into the back of the Victron Battery Charger, and it just makes for a better connection there. Then just talking through some of these different connections here. This one here is a 3/8 lug, and that's the joy of making your own wires. You can have them precise. Then of course that side there is going to be the 1/4 inch side. And friends, you can get all these bought, but it's better if you're doing any type of wiring to just go ahead and buy all the tools to get this done. It will be a lot cheaper than if you were to buy this stuff out yourself. So right there, I'm going to be measuring that wire. And here we are. I'm getting ready to show you all this crimping tool. And I'm actually using this for the first time right here on camera. And I am just so impressed, even watching it back now, at how that tool works. It's just makes for such a great connection. And then of course you put the heat shrink on first. Anytime you get a chance, go ahead and put that heat shrink on. If you get a big lug or something, you can never get it back over that lug. And in lieu of a heat gun, we're just using a little blowtorch there. That worked really great. Again, if you have a heat gun, it works a little better, but sometimes, guys, you just got to get it done. So there's a close shot of how that looks. So there it is, cut, and now we're going to be crimping the other end. That's the 1/4 inch end on the 8 gauge wire, but you just want to make sure that you're laying that thing out flat so that the wire doesn't have to twist. So that's kind of what I'm showing there, is just to get it flat and think ahead in terms of where you're going to be using that wire, to try your best to get those cable ends. They are kind of one-sided, to make sure that they're not twisted like that. So we're going to go ahead and crimp that and show you guys what that tool looks like. So it makes a really good crimp. And then of course we got that heat shrink. We're coming over the top with that heat shrink. Just showing you guys real quick kind of how that tool works. If you can, I'd mount yours to a bench. I travel so much. We're at my dad's shop here, so not mounting it, but we got the job done. Makes a great little crimp there. So here's where we made it for the night, guys. We got the negative bus bar, positive. I went ahead and changed this line out to a better 10 gauge wire there. Got the negative ran with the in there and the special little insert there. Got the breaker. I double checked that that's going the right direction. So mine, this is the battery terminal. So I'm heading over to the battery there, and that's the load over here. So that's my breaker. Of course, you can test it. And at any rate, everything's ready to go in the camper now. We'll go ahead and run the battery negative over here, and then a couple of negatives, because see, my fuse bar doesn't have the negatives built in. So I'll be running the negatives over here and then just hooking up the batteries. This won't be a tutorial on how to set that up. I'm going to be learning that myself. But tonight we're just going to make sure that these batteries are both at the same charge. I do know that when you're running them in parallel, you want to make sure that they're both fully topped off. So we're going to do that as well. But I think that's going to end us for tonight. Alright friends, we're about to get these batteries in. I just want to show you kind of the difference here in size. Of course, on the lead acid, lead is dead. You know, you have to fill these up. These you can have completely on their sides or wherever you want. Take into consideration the size difference. Lifetime does have a mini version, so you can check that out. Make sure your measurements, because I did not, and these will not fit in my old battery boxes, but that's okay. We're going to get around that. I want to show you just a quick weight difference. So we're going to get these guys up on the scale and show y'all the difference in weight. All right, so that guy's coming in right at 40 pounds. Yep. And let's check out the other one. So we're losing some weight here, guys. I'm excited to show you this too. Look at that, we're cutting our weight
in half.
Oh, about in half. How good is that?
Yeah.
All right, friends, this is actually day 3. It's Thanksgiving weekend. I'm at my parents' house and it's just kind of crazy, but here we are, everything is done. So let's walk through it one last time. I got the batteries wired up in parallel. I got the little protector caps on all the posts, coming through the positive fuse to a shutoff, and then this mega bus bar. So happy about that. Coming across the negative, we got over to a big old bus bar. These spiral cords there, positive and negative, go down to the camper, feed all the camper components, and then we have our little bitty fuse panel with just 4 little fuse options. We have our Victron, I think IP22 battery charger going through the new breaker, and then back there feeding it power. You see the cord coming across power. Right now we have it just with an extension cord out the side. I'm gonna get another extension cord and come across here and up to my power outlet. Of course you can't see it, it's right behind the water bottle. So we're gonna be putting a hole right here, kind of after this video. Run into Home Depot and buying a cord, because I ordered this to my parents' house. I didn't know how long that cord would be, so I wanted to kind of do that. We'll probably just spool up a cord right there, send it through and up to plug in. At a later date, maybe we'll do something in terms of putting a power supply box down here. Problem is, every outlet in this camper, like that guy there, every power outlet is on the same run, the same breaker, so that's kind of unfortunate. But at any rate, these things don't pull that much power anyways, so I don't think adding other things plugged in while that's charging is going to be a major issue. Alright, took you guys outside here, and friends, I know this is a break from all of our ministry stuff and all the stuff that we really get excited about and all the preaching and everything, but guys, this is the kind of stuff that makes our lifestyle possible. We're into this stuff. I think some of you guys are as well, so if you're hanging on in this video, we appreciate you guys. We love you so much. Would love to answer any questions you have down in the comment section. We sure enjoyed this ride. I hope you guys do too. Friends, let us know what you got going on. We'd love to pray for you. That's what the comment section is for. And friends, we will just keep pressing on, and we'll catch you in the next video. But until then, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May He cause His face to shine upon you, look upon you with favor, and give you peace. That peace that surpasses all understanding. Friends, we serve such a good God. He's on the throne. He's in control. He's ready to do big things for you and for me and for His kingdom so that He gets the glory. And guys, we're just so honored to be on this moving ball of dirt and able to do stuff for His glory. So friends, we'll catch you in the next video. Until then, get up and go on.